I would assume that I know the meaning of tiki taka. It means tick tack, pass the ball around. Um, yes, I remember when it was the most important football at the time because we alluded Barcelona to doing that. But that Barcelona team scored a lot of goals because there was a direction to their possession. There was a purpose to their possession. Um, Sometimes, like I said, we go watch and we come and tell the boys pass, pass, pass. We want to pass the ball into the net. Like it's not. I've said this before that the coach must understand that what is your objective? Why are you coaching? I think that question must be on a billboard in your training ground. Why am I coaching? What is the purpose of me coaching? Do I want to win trophies? Do I want people to praise me? Or do I want to raise world beaters? Do I want to make sure that these boys can fight poverty with football? Do I want to ensure that families can have a better future because these players succeed and have a better economic future? If that's your objective, man, then you have to forget all this play tiki taka, because what will tiki taka give you? It will give you, you win your local tournament, they call you Guardiola in your street. Does that put food on your table? Check now, check your bank balance. Has tiki taka done anything to it? The most important thing you need to worry about is the objective, and the objective is to sell. If you are an academic and you can't sell directly because maybe you don't have the opportunities, develop players that can go to the next stage. And that comes to one of the questions that somebody asked me and say, how do we not waste talents? Look, I'm from the school of thought that academies should not be all generalized as academies. I think we should have different tiers of academies in Nigeria, and everybody is valid and can be an academy because everybody needs everybody. But my point is that if we have academies in different categories, then your objective will be to develop players that can move into the next category, and then you continue to work on your category. So if you got a player that you are developing and you cannot sell directly because your team is an under 14 team, you get that player into a team that has an under 16 program, and then there should be paperwork in between. Of course, shadow agents, fake agents, all these people have messed up the whole place. They make more money than the coaches. I understand that. And so people are trying to keep hold of their players so they can send the player to Europe directly from their team, which is always difficult because you might not have the resources to put the player on the shopping window. You might not have the resources to go for tournaments where they can be seen. You have to work with other academies that have the resources. And it's important to note that academies can be very funny because I'm sure everybody here, one or two of you, would have experienced people stealing your players, and after all the years of work they disappear, stuff like that. And so this has informed the decision of you trying to not go to some places so they don't steal your players, but then you are not happy because those players are now not making progress, so you are in the middle of it. The system needs to be sanitized to protect coaches for sure, because coaches put in a lot of work and sacrifice that usually goes not rewarded, because shadow agents show up when the player is 19, go and give them 200k, 500k in their families, and the player just says, "Coach, man, I'll see you," and they're gone. You keep seeing your player, he sends you a bit of jersey, you're wearing the jersey about your local church, but you're broke because he just gave you 50k at the end of the season. But that's not the life. Like, I don't live that life. And I don't wait for a player to give me anything. I put myself in a position where you make money, I make money. I train you, I'm gonna get full value for what I've done. Like, I'm not waiting for you to give me peanuts at the end of the season. I don't need your money because I made the money when you made the money. This means that you have to be intentional also. Wait, I'm already going off topic, no? Because it's like business of coaching now, isn't it? Sorry.
100%. But everybody's enjoying it. But please try to round up.
I know, I'm so sorry. I'm just saying that because the question says, how do we not waste talents? You see, sometimes the answers are not straightforward like as it is. Do you get? And so, anyways, let me go to what I'm saying. My point is that you have to understand where you are in the coaching pyramid. The idea that you think that I'm a coach and all of us are coaches is not correct. People work at different levels of coaching. Do you get what I mean? So normally you would not see Barcelona sign a player from the 4th division of Hungarian football. No. right? So you see that the fourth division, the best player in the Hungarian fourth division is likely going to go to the second division the following season, right? And then from there, maybe the first division, and from there, maybe he now goes to Sweden, and from Sweden goes to Denmark, and before he arrives in Spain. You see, there's hierarchy in those things. You must know where you are in the pyramid. Okay, you are a coach XYZ Academy in Abule Egba. Fantastic. God bless your hustle. But my brother, you are not going to be able to sell a player directly to Inter Milan. It's not that anybody is saying that your work is not good, but nobody will see that gold that you have there until you put that player in a BAD, beyond limits, a team that can go and play Vareggio in Italy, a team that can play Gotia, a team that, you understand, that is where that talent can be seen. And but if, of course, you are going to be scared because these guys are vultures, you know, they will take your player and they will give you nothing. But also means you have to manage your expectation. Okay, I suffer for this player. I suffer for this player. I get you, my brother. But understand that 100% of zero is zero. It's nothing. You want to keep everything. You still don't have anything. But if you take the player somewhere and they say, look, I'll give you 20%. My friend, 20% of 400,000 euros will change your life. It will change your life. No matter how good your life is, it will change it. It will make it better, for sure. Do you understand? That's about 80,000 euros. In this bloody Tinubu economy, 80,000 euros will blow you out of the water, man. Exactly. You can get that if you are intentional about it. Know your level. Know that my job is to create players for other teams. Do not feel like the player will not appreciate, the player will not remember you. He does not need to remember you. As long as you have done the work, push the player to the next stage, do your paperwork, walk away. Go back and do your stuff. Get back to the next generation. Your academy might stop at under 15. Just from 15, you are moving them somewhere else. Go back to 12-year-old. Maybe that's your own thing. That's your skill set. Not everybody must coach a team of 23-year-olds. Not everybody must have a senior team. It's a lot of burden on all the young coaches and they are struggling to even breathe. Because I can't do this. You can't now because you are trying to sell directly to Europe and you don't have the tools. You must know what you have and what you don't. This is not about you not being ambitious, or you heard the story that one coach is this, one coach is that. I used to have one coach in Moe here, and I took one of his players in 2019, and I told the coach, go home and sleep. You have done your job. You've given me the player. Go home to sleep. I promise you. The guy said, okay, it's me. I said, no problem. This is your document. You get this percentage when we sell. When we make money, you make money. The coach now has bought a car for himself. He's opened a sports shop for himself. This coach is a random coach in Moe. Like, totally random. Right? But he's doing well for himself. Why? He was wise enough to understand that, look, I cannot. His player plays for Inter Milan now. Inter Milano. The coach himself has not been outside Nigeria in his life. However, his product is playing there. Why? He's able to collaborate. And you must understand that collaboration, some will work, some won't. Some people you collaborate with, they are thinking of cheating you. I understand that. But understand your level too, so that you know what you are asking for. Don't take a player to a team and say, let's do 50-50. Can you carry 50% of the expenses? No, you can't. Sometimes when people bring players to Beyond Limits and I say, coach, what do you think? He say, can we do 50-50? I say, yes, we can. However, they eat 5 times a day. Yes. And we can equate that to about maybe, let's say 30,000. You send me 15,000 a day for food. Okay, good. Then we are going to a tournament. Visa fee is 130K. You send me 65. Flight is 1.8 million. You send me 900. The coach is laughing. I say, why are you laughing? He said, I don't have it. Then why do you want 50-50, my friend? Why do you want 50-50? My friend, calm down and face the reality, man. Reality. There's a level of investment and coaching that the player needs in the next 2 years that you can't give. There's exposure the player needs for his education that you cannot give. You must know where you are in the pyramid. Accept it. Does not mean that you remain there forever. You might start as a middleman team, and maybe as you make this 80,000, 20,000, 15,000, and you are prudent, you check your bank, you have 400 million. Yes. You can now say, you know what, I'm cutting out the middleman. I'm doing my own project, but calm down. Nobody succeeds overnight. Look, when we got promotion to the NNL, we're not supposed to play it, in all fairness, because people be like, guy, you think this is TCC, you win TCC every time. You think this is NNL, there's Ojoro, you that you like doing like Onyibo coach, they are going to frustrate your life, blah, 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 blah. And I say, yeah. And many people said, okay, are you now, if you are going to play now, you have to recruit experienced players. You have to bring people that have played the league, XYZ. No. In short, two of our center backs from the promotion team to the NNL moved to Remo Stars, like the best center backs we had. And of course, people expecting that we go bring players from outside. Like I said, my model is different, but we don't do that. You know, I would, for MPFL, I would go to the under 15 to recruit players. And we are losing a few players to, like, my strikers are leaving, attackers are leaving. But we have, because we are an academy and we are intentional about the development, there is always a player already behind. You get that is already coming behind. The player might not be visible to the world, but we see the player already. Do you understand? So the wingers that will play, I know they might not be of the same quality, but we are going to play in PFL in as much as it's a professional league, but we are going to play it for development. So if we are going to play it, I'm not saying we are going to play it. I'm not sure yet. You know, a lot of things are up in the air. You get. So, but that's how we recruit. We don't recruit specially for the tournament. We don't change anything because of a tournament. The tournament is a tool for development. It's not the target. And I'll say something on this group to everybody here. Since 2020 TCT first season, to NNL, NLO, every tournament we played, Vareggio, everyone. We never, when I say never, I mean a capital N. We never watch the opponent's videos. Never, not once. We've never watched the videos of the opposition, like opposition analysis. We don't. And the reason why I said to Nero, when I said, look, I like adaptability, I believe is the cutting edge, is the edge where you can get your players to and they can really thrive. And when you watch videos, you begin to adapt to the opponent, right? You begin to give your players specific instructions. Mark this one. Don't let him receive the ball. If the guy has received the ball 5 times, leave him now. Let him continue receiving the ball. You cannot see that he's the one receiving the ball. You are seeing him turning. Do I have to tell you before the match that this guy is the one that wants to receive the ball? I don't have to tell you. I need you to see it and adapt. I need you to be able to see a problem and find solutions in the game. I never tell them it. And me myself, I don't watch opposition. I will never watch opposition because it now changes the way I coach. You start coaching in the direction of the opposition. My friend, I don't care what you play. I care about what we play. And this is not popular because there are a lot of match analysts here and looking at me like, bro, are you saying that we don't have a job? My brother, I'm not trying to take away your livelihood. I'm saying that it's not beneficial to my project because I'm thinking the players need to be able to be surprised. Be surprised when you get there. Let it catch you by surprise. Oh boy, look at this, their corner routine. Adapt to it. The next corner, I'm not going to tell you. If you lose the game by 8, wow. You get me? And I used to do it. And when we are going abroad, they say, now you're going abroad. You need to watch. And we have a technical director, Thiago. Thiago is going to watch because he comes from Europe and it's standard what they do. He will watch the opposition. He will go and be writing notes. He will say, Joseph, I have some notes to share with you about the opposition. I said, Thiago, have you read it? He said, yes. Keep it to yourself. Keep the notes to you. Don't affect, because now the opposition, what you have said now will influence the selection of the team would influence. My friend, I don't have the energy to be changing all these things. I don't want to change it. Guys, this is how we are going to play. Yes, and this is what you should try. Okay, if it works, good. If it doesn't work, try this one. If it doesn't work, try that one. I will equip you with enough tools to deal with whatever problem that you face. And that is the challenge of the coach. When you watch the video, you equip them with specific tools for the game. Are they going to play that game all their life? So you keep changing the tools every match, but as opposition is changing, you are changing your instructions. Today you are saying that they should press like this. Next week, press like my friend. Press according to the situation in front of you. High block, yes. Medium, okay. Low block, we have to, right? Press high, yes. Whatever it is, make sure that they are in these situations as many times as possible in the trainings, in your friendly games. When you get to the tournament, it's the same. Don't change it. Don't be changing it every day because you want to try to have an advantage over the opposition. No, I want the opposition to have an advantage because that's where learning takes place. Let them be at the up. Okay, you are better, you are faster, you are stronger. It means we need to run more, defend more, fight more. Exactly. When I already now tell you the solution to winning them, how do you now extract from yourself the will to try to win them by yourself, by finding deep inside of you a resilience that maybe you did not know that you had? Okay, so I do not watch opposition analysis. I allow the players and allow us to face whatever it is that we see on the day, and it helps us to be better. Listen, I don't have an open system. Yes, I have a system that is not closed. I don't know if you get my point. Because a system is not closed does not mean it's entirely open. I don't even know if what I'm saying makes any sense. But you know what a closed system is. A closed system has rigid expectations per position, per situation. Do you understand? Per moment. And an open system allows for creativity within the structure. There is still a structure, but it allows for you to apply who you are, your own personality. Do you understand? And so sometimes they say, in this zone, I want one touch. What the fuck does that even mean? What do you mean by in this zone, play one touch? What does that mean? Like, how do you say that to a team in this zone? So it doesn't matter the amount of players in the zone, does not matter the amount of support. Like, you can't make that kind of closed instruction to your team based on what you think. So when the things change or the things are not exactly the way it is, what do they do? So I allow people to be free. But there is a structure where in the offensive part, we need to find a way to score. Look at 3 or 4, 5, 6 options that you can. There's one against one, beat your man, my friend. I want you to try and beat your man. But if you can't beat your man, use your support. You get me? Use your support. Find the free man. Find the free space. Just keep finding solutions. Like I said, in that system, in this sort of way, the coach is challenged a bit more to be able to equip the players with more and more tools. If you are in a closed system, you have, because you know what you want them to do, it narrows down the technical expectations. And so you can narrow down your training to cross this way. I just want you to work on that for your first time cross. I see teams where players get to the byline and cross the ball. When you get to that byline, cross the ball. When you get there, cross the ball. What does that mean? How can you cross the ball when you've not even seen that there's somebody arriving in the box? When you don't know if it's a cutback or you just say cross the ball. And then you see these players arrive at a level and they are just doing automated actions. When you see players do those things, you will know the kind of coaching they had when they were coming up. Players that just do the same actions every time, irrespective of what is in front of them. Irrespective, they are behaving as a consequence of the closed system that the coaching has afforded them to have. So, in summary, the system or how I see football is that it should be slightly fluid. Okay, it should not be like water and it should not be a block. It should just be fluid.